Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to be reading about the law of attraction, and it is secrets to manifesting more of what you want and less of what you don't want. Who doesn't want to read about that? And we are still currently we're reading on chapter 3, Mirror Drill. Pick out a random individual, such as an acquaintance, fellow worker, or famous person. How would you distinguish this individual? Look at yourself. Make a small list of the most important characteristics of this person. Then put a plus next to the characteristics that you like and a subtraction sign next to those you do not. Now consider the list that you have produced and read it back to yourself. This, however, think from a position where you are dealing with a list of characteristics other compiled to describe you. You will probably gain some new perspective about yourself because you will realize that it is an unbiased representation of what you love and what you have disapproved for the most about yourself. I have recommended this mirror drill to many individuals around the world, and those who have implemented are amazed at what it reveals. I recommend you try it for yourself. It only takes a few minutes and will help you to recognize that other people are not very different from you. We often praise others for what we love so much about us and condemn the characteristics we test against. By the way, did you bring up a beautiful, bright, and loving individual that you are? Unity in one of the most ambitious things to apply consistency is a large part of the world is still lined up with detachment from source, when we are all one of God. God broke off into particles, and every single thing on this planet is a particle of the divine. So we are all loving in God, but we are on a planet of duality, so we have made right choices and wrong choices. Some people show, for the yin and the yang, some people show the yin more, some people show the yang more. It depends on what they're more comfortable in, and a lot of it is just a wall that they built up over the years because they themselves have had a difficult life. So they might project, anger, hate, but that doesn't mean that they don't have that loving side within them. They just keep it buried because, of the damage that they've been through in this lifetime. An essential part of unity is the ability to dispel through detachment and allow your awareness to expand beyond the limits of your own importance. The more your own importance controls your consciousness, the more you automatically detach yourself from the people around you. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I also want to go over something that I learned in my undergrad. I have a bachelor's in science of psychology and a master's in science of psychology, but my undergrad, I had a class, and my teacher, who was a marriage counselor, actually, he wrote on the chalkboard, he wrote good, and then he wrote bad, and then he drew a line down it. And I've done this actual lesson. I used to work as a forensic interviewer, and I actually did it for the forensic interviewers and people that work there. And it's not always received the way I received it, which was a very positive thing. So we put good traits, person is trustworthy, person is honest, person is kind, loyal, loving, blah, blah, blah. And then we put bad traits, right? Their hatred, negative, rage, anger, not trustworthy, all those things, right? Well, every single person that you are going to come in contact with in your life is going to have all of that within them, right? But whatever you approach them with is what you're going to receive back. And I know a lot of you are going to disagree with that because I know what you're talking about. But you have to understand this. over time, even if the person had a really difficult life and they're in a negative space and you receive that negativity, over time, once they see that they can lower their guard with you and that you are not a threat, they will generally lower their guard as well. Now, again, I used to forensic interview children, and the world is messed up. People have had really messed up lives. So sometimes that wall takes a long time to chip down. But I'm going to tell you this. In order for you to evolve and become one with God, you have to balance out your light and your dark, which we all have in us. Your yin and your yang. You have to allow yourself to be within balance. I was very much living in my yin my whole life, and I thought I was a good person. And they let me know, my spirit guides and God let me know that I was not going to ever evolve in the beginning of this year, 2025. They told me I was not going to evolve unless I learned to balance out that yang. Because yes, I wasn't projecting like normal people would project, but I would have those thoughts within. And I was not allowing myself to set boundaries, to put myself first and foremost. So just because a person is very nice does not mean they don't have that other side to them, and does not mean that you're living your life properly. Living your life properly is like Jesus, where you honor your yin and yang, your light and dark. Jesus was a very kind, loving person, but he also knew how to stand his ground. And that is what you need to learn how to do. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day. Namaste.